always straight. My friends are in the bathroom, getting higher than the Empire State. No rubbish, she's waiting for me. Just off my street, taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. I know I gave you some more. I know you're trying to see again, but between these things, my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So bad, the bar falling down. You home tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you and welcome to the ceremony. I am very honored to introduce you to the students who recently passed the DNB, the Diplôme National du Brevet, which is the diploma that they take at the end of the middle school in the French system. So let me introduce you to them. So please now welcome Emmanuel Texier, who on a daily basis works hard to make this great school run smoothly.
Merci. Bonsoir à tous, bonsoir les élèves. Monsieur le consul général de France, dear students, dear parents, dear teachers, staff. So welcome to the Brevet Diploma Award ceremony. So I'm really absolutely delighted to start this ceremony tonight, as this is only the second time in our school's history, and it is on the right path to become a tradition for the future students. So we thought it was very important to recognize the work, the achievements, and the dedication that is necessary for our students to sit this first examination, because this was the first examination. I will just do a little bit of history. So this DNB, which is a strange acronym, we love acronyms in France, and we love strange acronyms like this, but at first it was called the BEPC, which sounds weird in English, but that stands for Brevet d'études du premier cycle du second degré, which doesn't explain much, but it was still called BEPC until 1981. And then they decided to cancel the examination, thinking, oh, okay, let's just need the baccalaureate, it will be enough. And the brevet des collèges, as it was called then, was only granted through continuous assessment. No big deal. But in 1985, after four years of continuous assessment, they actually reinstated the examination. And they decided to call it DNB, Diplôme National du Brevet. And since then, there has been many changes and reforms, and one very recently, 3 years ago, but this actual physical examination remained. And this is not really by chance. This is because everyone is convinced that this first examination for the students is really significant. It is important and it has true pedagogical value. It represents a milestone and a first step into a path which will lead you, students and parents, in a little less than 3 years' time, actually here, on this very place, for the high school graduation ceremony. So, students, your path has been and is singular and exceptional. You have a trilingual and multicultural education. The world can really be yours, but also you have to seize the moment and use wisely the 3 years, not even 3 years, which you will spend at the lycée. Always seek to explore more opportunities, and you will have plenty of ways to do so here. Do your best, and remember that the place you will be in 3 years' time, so that's probably going to be at university. The young adult you will be in 3 years' time depends on what you are actually doing now, starting today. Students, you can thank your parents and teachers, as you wouldn't be here without their help and support. So I think you can give them a big round of applause. But today, this is a day of celebration of success, achievement, and of a new beginning as your French high school life begins. So welcome again to this ceremony, and have a good evening, everyone, and especially you, the students.
So as you probably know, the LFSF is part of a large network of schools delivering all around the world the French curriculum and promoting French values and French culture. France is represented in San Francisco by the Consul General, Mr. Emmanuel Lebrun-Damien, and we are very lucky because he is with us tonight. So welcome, Emmanuel Lebrun-Damien.
Bonjour à tous. Head of school, faculty, administration, families, students. It's always a pleasure for me to be at the Lycée Français and be on this stage with you, the students. It's an important day for you today, for your families as well. We are here to congratulate you, to celebrate you. It's an achievement in your curriculum. It's a day you will remember in your life. You're not done yet. You have a few years still to spend in this school. I think it's a chance for you because I'm sure you have fun in this school. For your families as well, because I think they don't want to see you leave next too soon. But I came here tonight to pass on two messages. The first one is to the families, and the second one is to you, the students. To the families, and on behalf of the French government, the message I want to pass is thank you. To the French families, first, because by deciding to register your kids at the Lycée Français in a French high school, you showed the importance you give to the French heritage, despite the fact that you live abroad here in the United States. And that's very important, because you transmit to your children this dual heritage you have, and that can be lost at the second generation. Maybe you will go back to France, maybe you will stay in the United States, maybe you will go somewhere else in the world, but your children will have this dual cultural heritage. Nothing comes for free in this world, so I understand there is a price to pay. The French government helps as well. Just to tell you that we have a budget at the consulate of 2.4 million euros for the grants we give to the families on a social basis who can't afford to pay for tuition fees. And on these 2.4 million euros, 800,000 come to families who register their children at the Lycée Français. We also help the lycée through other opportunities, especially the theatre for its renovation and its programming. We're very proud to do that because this is a very important structure in our cultural and educative network overseas. So we are partners here. Now to the American families. Thank you as well very, very much. There are families who decide to register their children to a French school despite the fact that no one speaks French at all. And that's a gift for us. Each time I meet with families who decided to send their children to a French school, I always ask them why. And there are different reasons, one I will come back to it a bit later. I think you all see bilingualism as a cognitive advantage, and that's a gift you wanted to give to your kids. But you also choose French. It's a good choice. French is a very important language, and it is going to be a language that is spoken by more and more people in the future. It's a language on the rise. But behind the language, there is a culture, there is a history, there are values, there is a civilization, and we are very proud that you chose your children to share this heritage with us. So thank you very much. Now, the message to you, the students. What I want to tell you tonight is, I would like you to realize you are among the luckiest students, the luckiest teenagers on earth. And I think you're old enough to realize that. First, you have a dual heritage. Two wonderful countries, the United States and France. And sometimes the one. Second, you live here, in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, a place that is ahead of its time. A place where we already live in tomorrow's world. And so you will be ahead of your time all your life, because you start with this advantage. And the lycée's curriculum reflects that, the attention to tech with all you have had in terms of teachings, but also workshops about startups and creating your companies and understanding this new world that innovators here are making. But the third chance you have is your bilingualism at a very young age. And perhaps you don't realize that in my generation, I was not the generation of the BEPC, or the generation of the brevet, the same as yours, but it was very different. And being bilingual at a very young age, it's a cognitive advantage, I mentioned it, but it's an ability to adapt to every environment. It's an ability to work in today's professional context where you have teams with people from many different cultural backgrounds. You will be very at ease with all that. Borders for you will not exist, but you have to realize one thing. We live in a world where all this is changed, where borders are coming back, where some people are not as lucky as you are. And so my recommendation, if I can have one, is realize today how lucky you are and reach out to the others. You will find people in the world, not necessarily very far from here, who don't see the world the way you see it, because they don't enjoy this wonderful education that you've had here in this school. And it will ask you, as young adults and as adults after, to reflect about how we can build together a world which is at peace as it has been for decades, because we removed many borders and we reached out to other countries and other populations in the world. It's only if the luckiest students like you want to do that we will continue to have this peaceful world we enjoy today. And so, my conclusion is, make or take the best of your two cultural heritages. The American dream and the French motto, liberté, égalité et fraternité. Merci.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Last year, your home teachers devoted a lot of time to help you prepare for your first academic diploma. So I would like to welcome them, Barbara Leloir. I think Emmanuel Hoffner is there also. Emmanuel? Yes, here she is. Unfortunately, Fabien Lombard cannot be here, but he left a message for you that Barbara is going to read.
Alors, donc je vais commencer par le message de M. Lombard. Cher ex-élève de 3e, ce fut un réel plaisir d'être votre enseignant l'année dernière. Je sais que nous gardons tous un souvenir ému des chapitres sur les espaces productifs, les espaces à faible densité, et que vous avez adoré apprendre par cœur la carte des 13 régions administratives françaises. Désormais, vous êtes des élèves de lycée. Je crois savoir que vous l'avez bien compris. Maintenant, après un mois d'école. Je vous sais sérieux et capable du meilleur. Vous l'avez montré l'année dernière en obtenant tous votre brevet. Bravo. Continuez de faire de votre mieux cette année, Monsieur Lombard. Alors, moi je vais improviser. Donc, j'ai été très heureuse l'année dernière de pouvoir enseigner au 3e B et au 3e A. Et je découvre certains des 3e C cette année en option. Et je retrouve certains des 3e A et des 3e B. Donc ça a été une année très chargée sur tous les niveaux. Je sais que vous avez été fortement marqués aussi par les fiches outils et les fiches méthodes. J'espère que vous en souviendrez toute votre vie. Et je suis sûre aussi que, enfin j'espère du moins, que en plus de toutes ces connaissances que vous avez mémorisées et ces valeurs aussi qu'on essaie de vous transmettre au quotidien, vous garderez aussi des bons souvenirs de ces moments passés avec vos professeurs mais aussi entre vous. Et que vous appuierez évidemment sur cette année pour bien commencer votre cycle de lycée, puisque ce qu'on a préparé l'année dernière, c'était évidemment le brevet, c'était aussi d'être prêt pour la seconde, la première et le bac. Donc chaque année compte et effectivement il faut continuer à faire de votre mieux et à rester vous-même, vous épanouissant et aussi en apprenant à connaître les autres dans toute leur diversité. Donc merci à vous et donc continuez ainsi.
Alors mes chers élèves de 3e, j'ai tenu à être là parmi vous aujourd'hui parce que c'est un grand jour, un grand moment pour vous. J'ai une double félicitation à vous adresser. Première félicitation pour vos beaux résultats en SVT. Je sais que la mitose maintenant et la méiose n'ont plus de secret pour vous. Et pour votre brevet, deuxième félicitation pour votre brevet en général, je suis très très fière de vous. On a passé de très beaux moments ensemble, particulièrement mes chers 3e C. Je crois que vous avez toujours gardé votre petite Madame Hoffner au fond du cœur pour vous dire que quand ça va pas, eh bien il y a toujours une lueur d'espoir et je vous souhaite le meilleur pour votre lycée. Voilà.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Barbara. So now, just before you receive your diploma, and I'm sure you're very impatient, I would like to say a few words. First of all, I want to thank Claudia Lecour and Stéphane Wari, who organized this ceremony for you. So I think that you can give them a round. And also I want to say that I am very proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. You made it through middle school, and today you will receive your first academic diploma, which is a recognition of the hard work and all the efforts that you made last school year. This is your first diploma, and to come to this first diploma, there have been plenty of unique moments on the educational path that you started a few years ago. There was your first day at school. You probably only have a vague souvenir, or you only remember vaguely this first day, but I'm pretty sure that the parents here have a very precise memory of it. Then there was the first time when you wrote your name, for the first time, and you came back home and you showed the awkward letter to your parents, and you were very proud. Then there was the first time when the strange signs of the books became letters and words, and then stories that opened new adventures for you. So I'm sure it must be a very exciting. It must have been a very exciting moment. There was your first day in middle school, not so long ago, and the first day where you sat for the DNB, not a few weeks ago, wondering what your parent would ask you in the evening, and I'm pretty sure they said, "So how did you do?" So little by little, you've discovered the world complexity, and you learned how to better understand it by studying French with Barbara, or history with Mr. Lombard, or science with Ms. Safner. But on this path, as Mr. Dexier said, we're not alone. I think we can again thank your devoted teachers who have been supporting you for year after year. We can thank your parents who have been investing in every sense of the word in your education to offer you a bright future. And all those people enable you to become more knowledgeable, to become educated, and autonomous citizens of the world. So thanks to this education, you will build the future, and you will not enjoy it. Thanks to this education, you will be able to decide and to choose. So tonight, again, I am very proud to be there, and my final word will be congratulations. And I will invite Emmanuel Lebrun-Damien and Emmanuel Texier for you to receive this first academic diploma. So congratulations to Matteo Alexandre. Lucas Aurore. Victor Aurel. Emma Bellman. Mathieu Bourdeau de Fontenay. Marie Caille. Maxime Chat. Fégui Chécrou. Paul Daniel. Jules Delahaye. Maëlle Delieuvin. Vincent Dufayet de la Tour. Astrid Ferrand-Léon. Gabriel Franchéchec. Alexandra Fraser. Félicitations à Naya Fullerton. Marguerite Gilbert. Henry Hurley. Timothée Casriel. Ella Lee. La Salle de Galles. Fanny Lejar. Sophia Lemieux. Axel Linares-Hubertel. Samuel Laurin. Iran Marami. Arthur Margot. Achille Martin. Owen Ménard. Nicolas Mullet. Jules Oran. Chloé Osterman. Luca Peterson. Anna Roncal. Stellan Santini. Et Théo Saunier. Yvan Severino. Morgane Simonet. Ella Sinclair. Léla Marie Tournache. Mathis Viard. Lucie Villata. Okay, congratulations to all of you. You can please stand up for a new round of applause. So now enjoy a small buffet in the multi-purpose room. Thank you.